My bad there. All right, guys, we got a minute. Sorry if I can't look at all the messages. We're gonna get hyped. We're gonna get into it. Let's go. When we're getting lost tonight, boys, downfall of Modern. That is what we're talking about. So let's use that as a jumping point here. We got a minute until it starts. Huge staple war right now. You can see they're all positioning on top of the fort. They're all positioning on top of the fort, obviously. So we're going to see they're probably going to have a split. You can see that they're going to have people going off both sides of the fort here. We're going to have Modern defending. Right now, the attackers, Marauders, Ahjin are going to be going in against Modern. We're going to see what they can bring to the table. Ahjin, Marauder faction, on the upswing right now. Apparently, they have some Simply and TC slotted. That's a lot of good players from this server. Modern, nothing to scoff at. They've held Windsward for a long time. Let's get into it. We have 15 seconds, guys. Let's see what the starting strategy of the attackers is. Ahjin is going to be, let's see where they want to go. We saw yesterday some people just going all in on the B point. We're going to see if they do a split. Let's take a look. We have 5 seconds and we're going to get into it. Hydro homie check before we go. All right, guys, going down. Let's see where it first looks. You don't see anybody outside the B gate. Nobody. We're wondering, where are these guys? Did they take a long trip around that tower? That's where they're looking. It looks like they're like, are they behind the tower? Are they taking a wide C loop? And it looks like you have some of Modern looking like, where are these guys? We're wondering, where are these guys? Are they snail crawling to a point? What is going on? Where is Ahjin? And I think I see some fireballs at A. It looks like the call is saying that these guys are all A side. And it looks like Ahjin is committing some A, but I would almost bet that there's going to be a delay push to C. If I was a betting man, I would say delay push to C. This might be a bet, or this might be a bait from Ahjin, but oh my god, look at that sea of red. It looks like there is a lot of Ahjin over here, but I'm not sure if that's the whole Zerg. I wonder if this is going to be trying to be a pressure play. Yep, and I was correct. C point is ticking. C point ticked a little bit, so we don't see that C side right now, but you know that there's people over there. Right now, Ahjin looking a little scramble on this A side. They're trying to just get pressure along the fort side and then push in from that side into the rotate. So you can see Ahjin's not doing a bad job at getting all up in the guts of Modern right now, but Modern is still doing fine. They're not taking the point. So this is Ahjin is over here, but they're not really taking the point too much. As you can see though, A is starting to tick for about 5%. Nothing too big, nothing too worrisome right now for Modern. L Twinkie goes down. Let's see. A point is not ticking right now, and C point quit ticking too. So I think the counter play or the pressure play to trying to have the side lanes split with A and C didn't really work out. Right now, you're about almost 2 minutes into this first push, and as Ahjin, this isn't where you want to be. Look at that big clump. This is a big clump ice right here, right into the Maelstrom, so it pulls them closer onto the ice, and that's a really good job by L Twinkie. L Twinkie coming through with a good play here. That's 2 or 3 people wiped right there. L Twinkie hacking and slashing, and you can see B starts to tick a little bit, but A doesn't have really any influence. Ahjin doing a good job at keeping people here, but they don't have much influence on the A side. They're getting a little bit of ticks here and there. It looks like Ahjin trying to focus forward side, and they're not able to really accomplish too much. As you can see right now, C is starting to get ticks too. So it looks like they're still trying to do the split A and C play. C is starting to get about 10%. And it looks like they're cleaning up A. Modern might make the call to clean up as much people A, then maybe go C. But again, C starts going down again. It looks like Ahjin not able to get any influence on either of these sides. They're getting too pressured off this point. You can see the ice walls. You can see the grabs. You can see Modern doing a great job at just warding these guys off. They're having to back up into around the lake side. Or Riverside. They're just trying to get away from Modern. It looks like they're making a call to kind of focus the point. Ahjin making a call to focus the fort side and around the point. They start ticking a little bit. Modern not really too grouped up though. It's hard to get these clump kills. There's not really too much clumps that you can get. They're doing a good job at just dancing around. And look at that big grab. Look at that big clump right there on the point. And it looks like it's a slugfest. It's a tug and war. Some attackers going down. Some defenders going down. And it looks like it's not enough though for Ahjin to actually have any control of the point. A point is ticking to about 10%. 10% is ticking to A point. 15%. It looks like Ahjin might have gotten the better of them on that A side push. Respawn's coming in. You can see the horn goes out, so they're going to be juiced here for about 30 more seconds. Let's see. Modern coming out, going to try and stop Ahjin on this push here. You see a graph coming out. You see a couple swingings. 90 kills there. You can see a defender going down. A point's looking at about 30%. Ahjin's doing a pretty solid job here warding Modern off. This is putting Modern in a weird situation. They're trying to get influence on the point, but Ahjin is very strong over there. You see a sea of red. You think Modern is going to be trying to reinforce his A side. Point is ticking, not too fast. Point's ticking to about 40%. You can see some of the respawns coming in. Modern respawns are coming in. Point is ticking. A point is ticking to about 50%. It's getting close to 50%. And the Ahjin still has control of the point. The point's pushing past 50%. Now you can see C point's ticking up too. So C point is ticking too. This applies a little bit of pressure to Modern. And look at these big wipes from the attackers. This is horrible if you're Ahjin. It looks like that's a huge wipe. Can they get a counter clump kill though? Ahjin looking to get a counter clump. Gig'em, known good bruiser from TC here. You can see him in the back line trying to push these guys off. He's trying to say, get the hell out of here. We need agency on this point. So we'll see how it goes. C is ticking. C is at about 10%. But look at how many people are over here from the A side. This is a ton of Modern answering the A push. Did they overcommit? You have to think, did they overcommit? C is ticking to about 15%. It looks like there might be a call of, hey, we need some of you guys who are fighting over at A to go to C. C is ticking to about 15%. Modern holding them off over here on the A side. C is still ticking, however, so you have to start thinking, did you overcommit to A? How many people do you got to send to A? C is still ticking. It's looking at about 45%. A is completely cleared off, but you still have a lot of you still have a good group, and it looks like, see, look at this. Ahjin is positioning themselves between the B and A rotate. So this makes it to where if Modern wants to go and try and help C, they're going to get caught. And it looks like C is ticking at about 65%. Ahjin looks like they might have made Modern commit a lot to the A side to where they can ward off C. C is still ticking. It's not going super fast, but it's going up. C is looking at about 70%. Right now, Ahjin is just worried about not letting Modern get out of this A push, but it looks like C might be going down. It looks like over there on that side, C is not ticking as much anymore. So it looks like Modern was able to ward off the push over there at C. So C is looking fine for now, but now you can see A point is now ticking. Now Modern has to go, okay, we got to go to A point a little bit. It looks like it's ticking, and it looks like El Twinkie kind of just unanswered over here, getting shot by some muskets, but he's just laying waste into these casters and these healers, and you can see a decent chunk of Ahjin is over here. It looks like a little bit more than Modern. C is still at about 40%. So if Ahjin can use this time to not let that tick fully down and keep that percent going, that was what you want to do. And looks, it is some ticks on C. I'm not quite sure what's happening over there, but you can assume that there's a tug and war fight here. Right now, what Ahjin wants to do is Ahjin wants to make it to where C doesn't lose all that influence, and A and C can have a solid push at the same time to create Modern in a situation where they're like, oh crap, we got to overcommit to one side and then use that to cap a point. But it looks like Modern's doing a fantastic job at warding out both these points. And look at that big club. You see the grabs going down, and it looks like the attackers are going to be on the losing end of this, but it looks like they have a great counter push. The defenders went in a little too hard, and look at all that ice. Look at all that ice. That is so much. You see Maelstrom, you see Gig'em, you see Yak, known good healer, and we have 10 seconds on the respawn, and attackers right there. Ahjin able to get a huge clump kill, huge clump win right there for Ahjin. Fantastic for them. We have respawns coming up in one. Modern needs to go back there and more than likely got to start defending that A side. That has to have some tick influence on it. Right now we are in a loading screen, so we will see, but I would assume, yep, and I am right. A side has about 20, 35, or 30%. And you're going to see Modern trying to go out there and reinforce it. I wonder if all of Ahjin's out there, or if they're trying to make a situation when C gets a little influence too. We'll see if that starts taking anytime soon. No influence right now at A. Ahjin, it looks like huge clumps on the point. Right now, if Modern dies, that's horrible. Right now, if you're Modern, you do not want to die. The respawns just came up and you're respawning in your fort. So you want to make sure you live. I see a lot of Modern on the point. Ahjin might be making the play to fight around the point right now, and they are. There's too much Modern on the point. And look at that big clump on the war camp side. Huge clump on the war camp side. Huge clump from the attackers on the war camp side, and they're not able to get any influence on that point. But as you can see, C is ticking a little bit here. We're 22 minutes into this game. Ahjin not able to make really anything happen right now. They're getting some influence, but nothing that is actually breaking through. Nothing that is actually meaning anything. C is ticking to about 15%, but I can tell you with all this defender influence right now, it doesn't look, unless they get some big wipes here, it doesn't look like they're going to have too much agency at A point. But it looks like Ahjin making the call to push into this A side, because C is ticking. C is at about 30%. C is at about 30%. The people at A, Ahjin is making the call for the people at A. Hey, guys, we need you to go ham right now. We need you to go hard. We need you to start pressuring that A point. So this C point needs answered. C is taking about 45, almost 50%, but it looks like it stops. It stops there. C point stops there. Not any influence on C. It is going down right now. Modern doing a good job of warding them off. And you see there was a good effort from Ahjin to try and go in on that A side to make it to where that they had to overcommit to where the Modern had to send people out to A. But look, as you can see, so many Modern out here right now. They're not getting any influence. There's a lot of Ahjin, but they're not looking to the point. That's a good grab. Comes down. He hacks him up. Real going down. And it looks like now attackers got to get a counter clump here. And you can see Gig'em going in for the grab. And look at that. The attackers able to get a counter clump kill, a counter clump wipe. And it looks like they might be getting a little bit of agency on the point if they're calling. And look, you can see they're tightening it up. They are tightening up the A side. They're trying to get influence on the point. You can see though, Modern right now, if it's the time to die, it's die now. The call would be, hey guys, die now if you can. You don't want to be put on another respawn. You're 20 minutes in the game. Respawn timers are slowly starting to become more and more. So because respawn timers are getting more and more, you have to be more worried about when you die, not just necessarily if you die, but when you die. If you die at 1 second left, who cares? That's great. You can just respawn and go right back. However, if you don't and you get hit with a 5 second death, or if you get hit with like right after that death, and you're going to be sitting on a 30-minute timer, and as you can see, A is ticking to about 30%. Modern trying to ward them off, and it looks like the attacker's surviving the initial inpush here. Can the attackers survive this push? Twinkie trying to get the hell out of there. It looks like he's trying to go down to the lake. He's trying to swim home. He's like, get away from me. And it looks like attackers have a big agency on the point. You have about 50%. Attackers got to be careful to not clump up. The attackers got to make sure they don't die in a wipe right now. Attackers at about 60%. A decent grab goes down, but it doesn't really get much. No follow-up, and Twinkie goes down. You have a 30-second respawn, and that point is ticking at about 60%. Right now, this is a great look from the attackers. They have to make sure that they start getting a little bit more kills. Right now, kills are important. You want to make sure that call, hey guys, I need you guys to kill them. They're on a 30-second death timer, and it looks like the point is ticking to about 65%. Attackers still need to start taking this point before this respawn from Modern comes out. And it looks like it's ticking. It's at about 65. You can see a big grab goes down on the point. The defender's trying to hurry up and layer up, but the defender's got to be careful if they clump here too hard. If defenders clump there too hard, they could possibly wipe and die. And it looks like A point is looking at about 70%. And the last thing you want to do is die right now if you're defenders. The respawns just came up and you're spawning in the fort. And it looks like the A side is at about 80%. 80%, and it looks like Ahjin has a lot of agency on this point. You can see the defenders making a call to get a mad dash to the point. Can the defenders wipe them off? The defenders clumping on the point, but you gotta be careful. Did you go in too early? It looks like attackers, this is a tug and war fight. This is a brawl, and you can see a huge clump of attackers going down. Ahjin might have just fumbled the bag. Defenders able to ward them off there. That was a tug and war, but look at this. C point is ticking to 50%. The people at A are not giving up. They want to keep them here. Did Modern have to overcommit too much to go A to where C can be taken here? This could have been an overall a great play from Ahjin. You can see, look at all these bodies from Modern. The C point is taking about 85%. Is there even anybody over there? Modern looking like they might have had to send too much to A to make sure they didn't lose that point. And it looks like C point was actually the call the whole time. And it looks like Ahjin is able to take C point, guys. Ahjin took a point off of Modern. We are at 18 minutes in the game, and the A point was a bluff. It was a joke. It was the call to get Modern to go there and focus them. And that's exactly what happened. Now you can see B point ticking. If we got to look at the respawns, we got to wonder what the respawns are. B point is at about 5%, a little bit of tick there. And you can see the calls from Ahjin is saying, I need everybody focus in B. I need everybody at B right now. Not too many people focus in A anymore. It looks like they are trying to get agency on this fort side. They're looking at the respawns. They're looking at the respawns from Modern. Ahjin is all over this point already. Modern walking into a sea of red. They're trying to see where they can get some agency, where they can get some formations here. And it looks like they have control of the point, but it looks like Ahjin's not too worried about the point right now. They're trying to clear up the war camp side. They're trying to clear out the fort side. They're trying to get agency on other sides. It's a decent grab, but it doesn't look like that pulled anybody in. Jeffrey Bezos, is that a bug? We got 17 minutes left, and it looks like Modern doing a good job of pushing up into the war camps. Right now, let's take a breather. Let's take a breather for a second. Modern is pushing up into their war camps. This is a good position you want to be in. Whenever you are a defender and you can push into their respawns, it's good because you can stagger them from getting with their group. And look at that. This is a huge clump right here. Who's going to win it? And it looks like Modern wins it. But on the backside, you can see Modern losing another clump fight on the point. And this is a huge tug and war, and it looks like Modern wins both of the clump fights right now. Ahjin with another grab. That was a sick grab by Twinkie here, and you can see 2 or 3 more go down. Ahjin needs to say, okay, we need to regroup. We just had about 15 people die. These guys right now on the point, if you are Ahjin, you need to be making a call. Okay, we just had a huge group of people die. Make sure that we regroup. We got 16 minutes left in this game, and you have to be careful with how you spend this time. If you do not spend this time well, then you can end up fumbling the bag. You need to make sure that you have enough time to get all this down. And you can see Ahjin takes another loss on these clump fights. Ahjin is losing the clump fights, guys. This is big for them. And look, another huge clump there near the bonfire side, and Ahjin loses again. Ahjin needs to be thinking about a regroup right now. They are losing every clump fight. They need to make sure they get some agency, but it looks like they're regrouping on the fourth side of Modern. They're trying to get agency over here. They're trying to get some pressure on this side. We'll see how it goes. It looks like you have Ahjin clumping on the bonfire side, and they are losing the clump fight. Again, guys, like I said, they are losing these clump fights. They cannot win a clump fight right now. Modern too strong in the fight. We are 15 minutes in. Marauders, Ahjin only able to get 1 point, and you can see a lot of red skulls. I'm not seeing many blue skulls. This is a good position for Modern. 2-point hold. 2-point holds are hard, guys. If you're on a 2-point hold, it makes it's fairly easier for defense than it is attack. Yes, they have a rally point, but you can get a general idea of where they're coming from. It's very easy to guess and see where they're coming from. I think some split pressure needs to be had, and as you can see, as I said that, A point is ticking a little bit. It looks like Ahjin's making the call. Hey, we need some looks A so we can try and get more Modern off this B side, because you can see you might not win this full 50 versus 50 at B point. You can see a ton of ice going down, a ton of gravel well, sacred grounds on the ground, keeping everybody alive. And Ahjin is in shambles right now, trying to get a sense of organization on this point. I can promise you got 14 minutes left in this call. The shot call is Marauders. Ahjin is trying to see where that they can get some organization here. And it looks like a lot of blue skulls go down on the point. But also, you got to look out for the counter. You got to look out for the counter engaging, swinging, and he goes down, and it looks like defenders, Modern, able to hold them off, and another big clump from Ahjin. They're trying to push through from the rally point side, but it's not enough. But as you can see, you have A point taking a little bit. There must be a group over there. There must be a group from Ahjin saying, hey guys, come over here to A. We know you want to come over to A. That's what they're trying to do here. Zeb, fantastic ranger. You got to watch out for him. You give him free agency, he's going to pump, and it looks like A is looking at about 15%. Can Modern get pulled over there to A? And A is taking to about 20%. Is this going to be the play? What's the call for Modern here? And as you can see, there's still a big group at B, and B starts ticking at the same time. This is a good position if you're Ahjin. A is ticking to about 35%. B has about 5 or 10. And look, you can see Modern's a little scrambled right now. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Ahjin has agency on B point because they all had to send people to answer A. So now this puts Ahjin in a position where they have the control. They can see when Modern's coming in from the rotate and the fourth side. Ahjin has control of B point. They use the A pressure to get control of the B point. You can see in the background over there, a lot of Modern are coming in from the rotate. El Twinkie getting killed, getting chased down by Den Dog and Olympius. Olympius, known great light bruiser here. We got B point. We can see tons of clumps on the B point. This is the team that just stopped them from attacking A point. So the A point team is coming over and saying, hey, get the hell off at B. We don't want you to be getting influence. Right now we have 15 seconds left. That's a big clump from Ahjin, from the attackers on the B fort side. We got 10 seconds on the respawn. It looks like Modern's able to ward them off for now. This is a good thing. You got 5 seconds on the respawn. You're not too worried if you're Modern right now. Respawns just came up, but here's where you do worry. If people die right now, respawns are at about 30, 40 seconds. We are 12 minutes left in the game, guys, and the respawns are long. You have to make sure you're dying at a good time right now. If you die late, if you die right after the respawn happens, it feels bad. You can see A point ticking at about 15, 20%, and you can imagine that Ahjin is trying to create a situation like they had where they pull Modern over to A and they can start looking at B. Let's see what happens. Frankie Demon kind of in the mix here. He's able to get out. We have A point ticking at about 20%. El Twinkie trying to swing on these guys in the fort side. He's like, get out, get off on my healers. I'm tired of you guys. Gig'em, Olympius, Den Dog. He's like, get out of here. I can't stand you guys. A point stops ticking. A point is not ticking anymore. So Modern able to answer them on the A side. So B point was never able to get any influence either. We're 12 minutes in, and Modern is showing that they are having a good, they know exactly what they're doing here. You may have new respawn respawns, but Modern knows exactly how to play this. They are showing that they are strong contenders, and this is exactly why they own Windsward. Crackerjack, thank you for the gifted sub. I appreciate it, brother. Right now, Modern reminding everybody why they are top dogs. This is a good roster from Green. You can see a lot of solid names. Eatery, fantastic healer. You can see a lot of good a lot of good players here. Yak, another great healer, but they can't really do anything right now. It's Modern reminding everybody why they own Windsward and Everfall. Right now, A point gets a little bit of ticks, and you can see Modern's kind of positioning between that B and A rotate. The B and A rotate is in a good position right now, and you can see Ahjin looks like they're making the call to go A, and you can see a huge wave of blue. The blue wave is going over to A point, and it looks like they're trying to stop them in the rotate before they can get to the point. A point is ticking to about 20%, and it looks like it goes down a little bit. A point goes down a little bit. They're positioning on the river side, and guys, I think I know what this play is. I'm going to tell you. They're positioning on that river side so they can try and pull as much Modern off as possible, because look at B, guys. B is ticking at about 10%. This is what Ahjin wants. This is the play. They want them to be baited into the river. They want them to go as far away and chase them into the river as possible, because that's a long run back to B. And as you can see, B is ticking to about 15%. But look, a good chunk of Ahjin is still here. You can't just ignore these guys. If you tell everybody to go back to B, then A point gets taken. Right now, A point starts ticking. Right now, A is already ticking. But I think the play was a little too early. As you can see, not too many people from Ahjin over here at B. Looks like still a good amount over at A. And A is ticking a little bit, but the influence dies down. Guys, we have 10 minutes left in this game. Influence at A is at about 10-15%. And it looks like they're trying to get them in this split. They don't think, hey, we can't beat Modern in this 50 versus 50 at B side. We have to try and get them split. And that's a huge grab on the fort side. But the guy who threw that grab got stopped by an ice wall, and he's not able to follow it up. That is a shame, but look at how many sacred grounds are on that one grab. I think I saw about 7. And thanks to Jeffrey Bezos, we don't know whose they were. Green, red, who knows if that's your team. A point is ticking to about 30%, 35%. And you can see L Twinkie's getting the call. I need you to go to A side. I need you to go to A right now. Ahjin is pushing hard. Ahjin looking on the point at A. Let's see if there's any good grabs here. It's a decent grab. It gets bloat. Known good healer for TC here. A point ticking at about 20-30%. It's going to come down to a clump fight over here along the point. Let's see what this clump fight looks like. Pestilent Blow getting goaded, getting beasted on right now. Beast ticking a little bit. Sepulture's getting hit, and the influence goes down. B is ticking a little. A influence goes down. Ahjin a little bit in shambles right now. They can't find a way to get into this game. They're trying to find a way to get in this game, but Modern is proving to be so strong. And this is just a reminder why we have such a strong company on this server. They are good for a reason. They are strong for a reason, guys. They are really good at what they do. And look at this clump fight. Look at this clump fight, and it looks like it's in Modern's favor. These are just stragglers from Ahjin right now, but you can see B points taking about 10-15%. We got 8-9 minutes in the game. Guys, if I'm the attackers right now, you need to start thinking about how you get into this game. You need to start every respawn, every death matters. Every respawn and death matters right now. We got a little bit of a pause here. Pestilent Bloat goes down. That's the healer. And you're going to start seeing a lot of people here are starting to scramble if you're Ahjin. B is ticking a little bit to about 10%. And Ahjin cannot make any pressure on any of these points. Modern being just too strong right now. They're winning the clump fights, guys. That is the biggest thing I am seeing. And it looks like they're winning the clump fights, but look at that. Ooh, that is a good play right there, because they are on a 50-second death timer, guys. Look at that timer. Look at that timer. You are AFK. You're getting reported for being AFK right now. You got 40 seconds, and Ahjin's going to try. They know this. They got to get kills right now. Right now is when you start getting ticks on the point. Right now is when you try to get that group, that whole rally point. You get everybody together. You say, we got to get some kills right now. 25 seconds. On the respawn, I'm wondering what B's looking like. I can see a little bit of ticking on A. A's at about 10%. Look at that big grab near bonfire. Chris Turk going in. Is he dead? Is he dead going in? You see Drylip, good bruiser, VSR over here. So you got the TC squad over here on the A side. It looks like that A is looking at about 10-15%. 7 seconds left. 7 seconds left before this respawn. And I don't think that the attackers were able to get enough agency on the points before this respawn came up. I don't think they got enough kills. It looks like you need to be having more pressure. B doesn't have any influence on it. So you can, if you're Modern, you just say, hey, I need all the respawns to go A and just clear these guys off. You just need to say, hey, I need you to go A, clear these guys off. You see respawns going out A. It's a good set of red here. And it looks like Ahjin's able to stop Modern from getting to the point. being stuck on this fort side, and A is ticking to about 50%. This is a little bit of the momentum that Ahjin needs, but by the looks of it, you can see more blues coming to that point. More blues than red. The people at A starting to scramble off the point. They're like, guys, crap. We don't have enough people here. Modern is coming in force. They did a good job of looking at the fort side for the respawns, but they didn't look at the rotate. The people coming over from B. The people that were at B got told, hey, I need you guys to go over A, because the people on the fort side weren't able to get through. So they come over and they alleviate the pressure A, but as you can see, by doing that, B starts getting ticks on it. B is at about 15-20%. B is ticking. A has a little influence, so you can see everybody at A is playing point. Look, you can see how Twinkie gets the call. Hey guys, we are losing B. We need to go to B right now. So now they're going to be Rexy on the side here. Fantastic mage for Modern. 50% is at B, and you can see a huge wave of red at B, guys. This is going to come down to a good clump. We're going to have to see what it looks like, and they're getting pushed in hard. Ahjin is getting pushed in hard. They have to win these fights. Right now, 6 minutes left on the clock, and you got to start taking points. A point is ticking. We got 10 seconds on a respawn. B is at about 60%. Ahjin needs to get people on the point to tick. You don't have time to waste. If you do not get this point soon, you are going to lose. You need to win the clump fights. You need to just prepare for it. And you see tons of health bars going down and up. So much sacred grounds. It looks like the attackers were losing that fight. We'll see how it goes. And it looks like A had a little bit of influence on it as well. A is ticking at about 15-20%. B is ticking about 60%. And it looks like the majority of people are getting the call to go B, because B is at a higher tick rate than A is. So you can see, look at this flood of blue coming out the fort, and you don't have anybody from Ahjin really stopping them. It looks like some of them have the agency to get to this fort side. Ahjin looking to play the point. Right now, they got to be careful though, because the respawns from Modern are coming in. The respawns from Modern are coming in hot. They're trying to stop in the point. B point is at about 70%. And it looks like Ahjin not doing it too bad at fighting them off. They're dancing around the point. And it looks like defenders might be losing B point here. They're dancing. They're trying to survive. They know they got to stay in this game. And it looks like a lot of defenders go down. Look at this clump fight. Whoever wins this clump fight is going to determine who wins this point. It looks like a lot of attackers able to survive. And it looks like the defenders are trying to get onto the point. But you can see 3 or 4 blue skulls going down. And it looks like B is going to be taken by Ahjin. They need to use this momentum a little bit. You got about 10% at 8 point. You got 4 minutes left in the game. I've seen crazier shit happen, guys. You need Ahjin to run to this A point, and you need Ahjin to just use that momentum and try and take this last point. You need to take this point as fast as possible. And you can see a lot of the bruisers looking for it side. They know the respawns just came up, and they're using that to their advantage. And a lot of these people are being caught, but look, they're caught in a counter grab. A lot of the attackers, did they go too early? And it looks like they might have. It looks like Ahjin lost that clump fight. Ahjin lost the clump fight, and they weren't able to get him on that fort side. If they were able to wipe all the respawns, you were looking at a very real possibility where they could have taken the point. The respawns are at about a whole minute right now, and you got 4 minutes left in this game, guys. Ahjin able to take 2 points. Can they take 3 off of Modern? Can they take 3? We'll see how it goes. They had a really good, and look at that. Enak, fantastic mage, and oh, that's a clean kill. That's a clean kill, grabbing the ice wall. It's super clean. We got 3 minutes and 50 seconds, guys, and I don't know about the reality of Ahjin able to win this fight, but taking 2 points so far is impressive. It is Modern at the end of the day. These guys are the server goats. We'll see how it goes. We got 3 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock. Looks like Modern able to clean up these people on the sides. Ahjin needs to have, honestly, at this point, you need to have one regroup, and you need to just have one last-ditch effort play to win the whatever main fight you can get going. Whatever you can do to win the next big fight, that's what you got to do. You got 3 minutes. Every second counts. And look at that ice into Maelstrom. That ice into Maelstrom is beautiful. You get everybody stuck right there. They can't move right into a blizzard. That is beautiful. That's so much CC going down. That's so much slows. That's so much stuns. You hate to see it if you're Ahjin. Right now, Marauders, they're able to take 2 points. You got 3 minutes left in the game, and Modern is showing out in force. They are reminding people, hey, we are a force to be reckoned with. You can come here, but you cannot take our stuff. Dan201, thank you so much for the follow. It is appreciated. You got 2 minutes and 40 seconds left in this war. And I don't think Ahjin is going to be able to do enough, guys, to get the point. I don't think they will. I think 2 points, a little bit of my prediction here. We'll see how it goes. We got 2 minutes and 30 seconds. It looks like 2 points is going to be what they take, but we got 2 minutes here. Let's see if they make a stand. Let's see if they can make a statement. I think if they take 3 points, that's a statement. They got 2 minutes and 50 seconds. Dreadpike, thank you so much for the follow. They got 2 minutes and 20 seconds. They're getting pushed into this riverside, and you can see the grabs going down from Modern. You can see all the red skulls dropping. This is not looking good. good. This is not looking good for Ahjin. The Marauders looking a little in shambles right now. They know they got 2 minutes left. They know they don't have time to play with. A lot of them just having some desperation plays, trying to make something work, but you can't. Right now, you still need organization. Desperation will not get you anything. You need to have that organized regroup. You need, at that 4 minutes, you had to make sure, are the respawns up? Do we have as much people as we can before we push on this point? Because right now you have 1:50, and taking this win is not realistic. Taking the win right now is not realistic for Ahjin. It's about making a statement. It's about making a point to try and take the last point off of Modern, but we'll see how it goes, and you can see this is not a good situation. Modern pushing onto the bonfire side. Modern is pushing onto the bonfire side. Ahjin pushing over there. Everybody knows this might be the last ditch effort play. It looks like Ahjin making a call. Guys, we need to just push into him as hard as possible. You see him all coming in from that bonfire side. Modern is getting a little clumped around the bonfire and around the point. The Ahjin pushing in hard. You can see the ice. You can see the gravel is coming down. Dry lip. You see all of them down, but respawns are in 10 seconds. Not bad. And it looks like attackers have a huge push there, but are they going to get counter killed? And as you can see, they do. Dry lip, IMD going down. I'm No Pro getting hit hard. Kings, Thurello going down. It is a massacre. Modern able to sweep these guys up off the floor. It's a massacre right now. Modern able to get them on their last play. We got 50 seconds left, guys, and it looks like that is going to be a wrap. It looks like Modern able to hold off Ahjin. They got 2 points. We got 40 seconds left, guys, but it looks like Modern was able to hold off Ahjin. It looks like they did a good job here. They didn't really show too much weaknesses here, but they were able to get 2 capped here on 2 points. So that is something showing here. The Ahjin was up to something. You have 20 seconds left. You have Dry Lip trying to cause some hell in the back line. And it looks like El Twinkie here just going to lay some ice down, just doing the finishing touches on this war. Everybody just padding the stats, getting some damage in, getting some kills in. We got 15 seconds, guys, and it is going to be a wrap. It is going to be a wrap. We got 10 seconds left. And it looks like, guys, Modern able to hold against Ahjin. But Ahjin able to get 2 points. Ahjin is able to get 2 points, guys. Not a bad showing. You see Parandor on the top on the not Modern side. You see Johnny, Markaloff, Vinny, Rexy, all over there. You see Android, Zeb, Inak, Lemitard. Look at all these really good players. They're pumpers right now. These are a lot of the damage pumpers on your team. Spray Machine up there. NTZ, I believe he's a solid bruiser. Xanto, really good bruiser as well. You look at all these good players here. This is a good showing. This is a solid showing. Green pulling out a lot of people from TC this war. A lot of people did a great job this war. The problem is they could not get enough agency on that 2 points. On the 2 points, they held too long. By the time they were able to take that last point, you only had about 4 minutes left. So that is not a situation you want to be in. That's a GG's in the chat, guys. GG's in the chat. El Twinkie doing the Lord's work here, going through the leaderboard so everybody can see. He's got a stream. Make sure to hit him up. We want to be able to do this without people like him that let me stream. Thank you guys so much for the follow just during that war. It is much appreciated. If you like the Shoutcast, if you like what I'm doing here, please drop a follow, drop a sub. I want to do this every night. Tomorrow, we have a huge lineup. If you're not busy tomorrow, it's a Sunday, chill day. We got 8 o'clock war. It's going to be huge. It's going to be Modern versus TC and Morningdale, trying to take it back. They lost Morningdale to TC. This is going to be a huge war. Thank you, Evil Kitty. I appreciate it. Again, if you guys liked it, if you guys want to support your boy Willie, please drop a follow, drop a sub. I want to do this every night. I have so much fun doing it. What a great war. It was a lot of fun to cast here. It was a good war, solid. But Modern, showing why they're Modern, why they're the top on the server. Reminding people, hey, we are nothing to be scoffed at. We are no one to play with. I wonder if these guys were here before the war. Is this a bug? I hope you guys like that. I hope you guys like the Shoutcasting here. That was super fun to watch. Looking forward to more streams. Thank you, Tess. I appreciate it. Great shit. Thank you. Dreadpike, that actually means a lot. My goal is to try and get a mental image for people while... Thank you, Mad Max. I appreciate it. You guys are all awesome. Thank you so much for the kind words. It means a lot. 11 out of 10. May, thank you so much. Maybe when Prim's on top, I'm looking excited to do one of your guys' war. I've heard a lot about Prim. It is very much appreciated. Unfortunately,